Hello to my students. I'm coming to you from my apartment. Yes. Well, as you guys know, this past couple of weeks we heard from our school and they told us that we're going to be moving to an online format of learning for the rest of the semester, right? Which means we're all going to be working from home. Now, for some of you, that's going to be an easier transition. For some of you, it's going to be a little more difficult. Those of you in my hybrid class are used to working from online, so it's not gonna be very difficult for you to move to fully online. Nonetheless, we are all stuck at home, and that can make this whole situation, which is very stressful and causes a lot of anxiety for us, can make it more difficult to work from home. So I have a few tips for you to help you, and hopefully this will help also reduce some of the anxiety and the stress from the situation that's around us and return a little bit of normalcy to our lives so that we're feeling a little bit less anxious about what's going on. Okay, so onward. Let's talk about what are some of the things we can do to work from home. All right. Oh. I feel like I have to say, I am not a vlogger. I'm not always going to be looking at the camera because it's at the top of my phone. And I'm probably going to be saying ums and ohs and whatnots a lot. So just bear with me. And I am winging this, so let's do the best that we can. Okay, number 1, have a set schedule. So your day-to-day life has some kind of structure to it. You go to school at this time, you go to class at this time, maybe you study during this time, whatever you do, and you do not want to lose that structure. When you work from home, you have the entire day to get things done, so it's actually easier to procrastinate because you're like, oh, well, I can do it at this time instead. Oh, I can put it off a little more. And so that structure is going to help A, keep you from procrastinating, but B, it's going to make your work-home life feel a little more normal. Okay, so I have my own schedule right here. Okay, I don't know how much of that you saw, but I have it split up into 2 sections. I have a daily schedule and I have a weekly schedule. My daily schedule is set up by the hour. It tells me when I wake up, when I go to bed, when I eat, when I take breaks, when I work, etc. My weekly schedule tells me what days I work on what. Now, mine is a little more rigid because I need a little more rigidity in my life. Maybe you're someone who works better with a more loose kind of structure. So if that's you, I still recommend that you have a schedule set up, but maybe make it a little more flexible for yourself. Okay? Number 2. Have a designated workspace. So, normally, when you come home, you relax. It is your comfort space. You sit down on the couch, you watch some Netflix, watch some Hulu, whatever you need to do to decompress from the stress of the day, right? Well, now that you're working from home, that's not the case anymore. So it's really good to have one space set up as your workspace and to only work from that space and to only do work from that space. That way it feels separate from the rest of your home. So you don't lose that sense of comfort that you get from home. And you're not going to feel as stressed, as anxious being at home because you have that one space that is your designated workspace. In my case, it is my desk, as you can see here. I have it organized as well because I'm a very organized person and that just helps me focus better. Which brings me to tip number 3, set up your environment for success. Okay, we all have different things that we do on a day-to-day basis that help us stay successful. Maybe it's a morning cup of coffee. So if you need your cup of coffee, have your cup of coffee on your desk with you or your mate. Maybe you need to keep track of what you're doing in your planner. Or maybe you need to have some music playing in the background. Or if you're feeling really isolated, get on a video chat with a friend. Work together. You guys can work together from separate spaces and it will help you feel a little less isolated and feel like you're not doing everything alone. This is a great piece of advice for people who are extroverted and need to be around people. At least I think it is. I hope it is. But yeah, just video conference with your friends, and you can help each other stay accountable as well to doing your work. One other thing that I do, my workspace is in my bedroom, so I gotta fix my bed every morning because otherwise I go crazy. So if you need to do a little bit of cleaning and organization to help focus your thoughts, go for that. Number 4, get ready as you normally would. We are in a very abnormal, stressful situation. Acknowledge that, yes, but you'd still want a degree of normalcy to your day. So if you normally get up and shower and get dressed and ready for the day, continue to do that. Even if instead of driving into work, you're just walking to your desk. Keep that sense of normalcy and routine because that's going to help with the anxiety that the situation is causing. Number 5, and this applies to this time of working from home, but it applies to everything else as well. Take breaks. I cannot stress how important breaks are to functioning optimally. Now, while you're working, you should have your phone silenced. You should have as little distractions as possible around you. And you should schedule in those breaks, maybe 5 minutes every hour, and 30 minutes every 3 hours that you stop, and you can check your phone in that time. You can take a walk, just take a short break, and that way you're not just pushing through work, and it doesn't feel as stressful, and it allows you to decompress a little bit. So make sure you are taking those breaks. Number 6, positive reinforcement. Okay, anytime you accomplish something, it's really important to reward yourself. Okay, that sense of reward, that positive reinforcement's gonna help you establish those healthy habits, work habits, which will help you motivate you to keep going and to do this tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So how you reward yourself is up to you, but I suggest something small, but something that you recognize as a reward. It could be something as simple as a small dance party, because woot, you succeeded. Or you could give yourself a piece of chocolate, or go check out this social media persona that you happen to love for a few minutes. Just make sure that you acknowledge that is a reward for accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. Number 7 is so important for this time, and that is to be kind to yourself. Be kind, be compassionate, be forgiving. Okay, some days, maybe you say that you want to wake up at 6 every morning, but some days you end up waking up at 10, because you can. Don't get mad at yourself for that. It's okay. Just try again the next day. If you mess up one day, just try again the next day. And just remember that those little hiccups, those little mistakes in our life, those are opportunities to learn and to grow. If you start to think of it in that way, it won't feel as bad when you mess up. It's okay. Number 8, I think, is really important for mental health, for staying sane, and that is to stay active. So this maybe admittedly doesn't have much to do with working from home, but I still think it's really important to do. Try to get in 15 minutes a day of light physical activity, whatever you need to do. That's going to be important for your mental health, especially for helping you keep you from going stir crazy. We're not at a point where we can't go outside at all right now. And so I think if you can get outdoors, maybe go for a walk, just keep 6 feet from other people, go for a run, whatever you need to do, that activity is going to help with anxiety. It's going to help with depression, and maybe even set up a workout space in your home. Put a yoga mat in the middle of your living room and do some stretches in the morning or whatever you need to do. Okay? Okay. I think I was talking really fast, so hopefully you guys were able to keep up with that. And I really wish you luck in these next days. I'm going to miss you guys. I really am going to miss you. Teaching is one of the things I love to do, and it pains me that now I have to do it from far away, but at least I still get to do it. And I hope that in these days you do learn, at the very least, some self-compassion. And I hope that the anxiety does not get to you too much. But yes, I think that's all I have to say. Just stay safe, stay sane. I'll miss you. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.